Welcome to Timberland Farms. My name's Anthony. Today I want to show you guys a couple things that are going on around here, a couple new additions. And I know I have not made a video in quite some time. Well, there's some reason to that, so I'll get into that after showing you guys all the new additions that we got going on. So this is one of the mamas. We got 4 little baby goats. I've shown them guys here before. I think they're like 2 months old at this point. I could be wrong. But this girl right here, she's a first-time mom. She had a set of twins. And the other one, the white one and brown one, she's a second-time mom, and she had twins also. Yeah, didn't you? They love to eat the camera, don't they? These are our goats. Let's check out what else is new. Right here we have 8 little piglets. Some of them are staying and some of them are going. We got Timber. He loves the attention of all the little guys. Part of the chicken making all the chicken noises. Yeah, I like the turkey something. So now that we have 8 piglets here, we should have pork available in just a few months. We're going to raise these guys up and do the best we can, give them the best life we can while we have them here on the farm. And then they'll be available for purchase for our customers. Aren't you? We got one Timber budget in. Little guy rearing up the back. In addition to piglets, we got another addition. So right here we have some fertilized eggs in our incubator. I got this incubator for Vanessa for her birthday, and it looks like she put good use to it. It looks like it is full. So this incubator, we got this from Tractor Supply. It holds 41 eggs. It maintains a temperature of 100 degrees Fahrenheit and 50% moisture in there for the humidity. I'm not sure if it's on day 8 or not. I haven't even taken all the stickers off. It's got an automatic egg turner on there. I guess it turns the eggs like twice a day. But I could be wrong. So we're going to be expecting some chicks here not too long. Some of you might be able to recognize some differences with my truck here. It's got new headlights. It's got a new chrome grille. So the chrome section here in the middle is not black plastic. You got a hood ornament right here. It's a ram. Got a ram hood ornament. So this is actually not the truck that everyone has seen in previous videos. This is my replacement truck. This is my new truck. I got in a accident, a pretty serious one. Not like injury-wise, but at least for the truck's sake. And I mean, I commend Ram trucks for their engineering and everything that went into them, because I think I'm at a loss for words with what happened. That truck saved my life. I mean, I took care of it as best I could, and at the end of it, it ended up taking care of me. So I was on my way to work one morning, still not even awake really. Went to avoid a deer, swerved it, and then I hooked the passenger front tire on the edge of the road. This time of year it's mud season, so it got kind of slippery. And it's kind of an embankment right there where the wheel caught, and I could not get back up on the road. Followed that for probably 200 feet. Hit a tree on the box, a maple tree on the box, as I'm running down trying to get it back up on the road. I just wasn't able to, and then there was a nice big hickory tree that ended up hitting right about here on the truck. It's probably about this big in diameter, maybe a little bit smaller, but yeah, right here in this location. And it ended up about where the windshield is. The whole A-pillar got pushed back probably good 6 inches. The front axle got pushed back the radius arm for the front axle got pushed back. That got all crinkled. Everything right here in the side of the truck is smashed. I got the whole entire passenger side of the truck, from the headlight to the taillight, everything. Got a little bit of the tailgate. That's only because it kind of popped off its latches and swung around and stuff. That didn't really get any immediate hits. That's like aftermath. So it was going downhill at the speed limit, maybe 5 above the speed limit. I hit that first tree with the side of my box because I was going down the hill sideways, like kind of dog tracking. My front tires are up the hill a little bit further than the back tires were, and I was going down the hill on my way to work. It's probably like a mile from the house even. It's not even that far away. They always say that your accidents are always close to home. So it was close to home. I really liked that truck, and I tried putting my heart into it, making sure that it was gonna last. I oil undercoated the truck, make sure that it was gonna succumb to the salty roads of New York. Oil undercoated it religiously every single year. Made a mess underneath. If I had to go work on anything, I turned black and oily from anything I touched on the underside of the truck, but everything came apart. It was never a problem. I had the paint buffed and ceramic coated by a friend of mine. I gave him a helping hand, and then I washed it with 2 buckets. I never went through the car wash. Always made sure I went back and forth. Always used good high quality car wash soap, and with neutral pH, so it would not affect the ceramic coat that I put on it. I like really baby that truck for being a farm truck, and I took a lot of pride in that thing, and in the end it didn't end up panning out. So fast forward, after the accident, like I hit the tree, and then I hit the tree with so much velocity that the truck hit the tree and the back end spun around 90 degrees parallel to the road, perpendicular to the road. It was dark out. It was nice that there was a fine gentleman. I don't know who he is. He's got to live close by. He came up and he was giving me a helping hand before like police and tow truck and everybody else got here, and before my girlfriend even showed up. Like, as bad as the situation was, I am very thankful how good it turned out. Everybody that has been involved with the situation have been super helpful. Well, I'll go into that a little bit more. Like 99% of people that have been involved with it has been super helpful, between the tow truck driver, the people at the bank, the people that were on scene right after it happened. They were probably half a mile behind me on the road on their way to work or something like that. He stopped and helped me load things back in the truck that ended up flying out during the accident. I ended up calling for a police here for police report and all that. I called for the tow truck. The tow truck came in like 5 or 10 minutes. The tow truck actually showed up before the police did. Everybody was super helpful. And yeah, it was definitely a learning experience. After probably 10 years, 11 years driving on the road, this was my first major accident. And a significant portion, because I used to drive tow truck, and so a significant portion was over the road, locally anyway, commercially driving. And I witnessed like the other half of it, like being the tow truck operator, seeing accidents all the time and cleaning them up and trying to like make sure that I avoid accidents. And here I am. I didn't want to have any damage with the deer. That's what was going through my mind, my sleepy head. I don't want to like have to replace the headlight and get a new bumper and replace the grill from hitting the deer. So I swerved it and like, no, I can recover from this. I've done it before, it's no problem. Well, and I'm getting a soft ground and could not get back up on the road surface. The deer did make it though. I didn't hit the deer. The deer walked away, probably laughing at me at this point. I now have this other truck. So the last one was a 2018 Ram 2500 Tradesman with a 6.7 Cummins turbo diesel automatic 6-speed 68 RFE transmission. I put 35-inch BF Goodrich KO2 tires on that, on the stock steel wheels with the chrome cladding on them. And I really like that truck. It was black with a silver metal flake in it, and I wanted to find, oh, that was also a short bed. And I wanted to find a truck almost identical as possible as I could to that one. Like, that truck checked every single box. I looked for 6 months to find that truck. I mean, I made some sacrifices. I wanted something here and there. Like, I wanted a long bed originally, and I wanted all black. I did not want any metal flake in it, but I opted to get that silver metal flake, and 99% of the time you couldn't even notice it. So it was a nice truck. I really liked it. It served me well. I had no complaints. I bought it with 37,000 miles, and I ended up crashing it with 91,000. And I had next to no problems in between. I flushed the heater core in it once. I made a video on that. And the heater core is working fine in that sense. But now I have this truck. This is also a 2018 Ram 2500 with the 6.7 Cummins and the 68 RFE 6-speed automatic. So you guys can kind of see that it's black. So this is still not the black that I originally wanted. This is black with a green metal flake, which I like even less than that silver metal flake. And you can see that it's like a very, very dark green, and it's in the sunlight and stuff in certain lighting conditions. But most of the time it's black. The paint code for this is dark forest green. Dark forest green is what it is, or black forest green. That's what it is. Black forest green is the paint code for this truck. But this is a long bed. And then I also upgraded the interior level so that this is a Laramie. It's not a Laramie Longhorn, it's one step below that. It's a Laramie with black leather interior in it. It's got the 8.4 inch Uconnect touchscreen radio with Apple CarPlay and built-in navigation. Another cool feature that this has that I'm starting to really like is it has factory full rear air ride. It's not full air ride all the way around all four corners, just the rear. But hooking up to a trailer with that, you can put it into, I forgot what mode it is, but it drops your suspension about 6 inches. So when you're hooking up to a truck, when you're hooking to a trailer, the suspension will drop back under it with your lowered suspension, and then you can hit your button on your radio, lift the suspension back up, and now you don't have to crank the jack so much. Really handy when your trailer is loaded. It's quicker to do it when the trailer is unloaded, just using the jack. But when the trailer is loaded, especially like a gooseneck or something, you got a lot of weight on the trailer. It is nice having the air suspension on this. And the reason why I bring up the tires, this came with brand new tires right off the lot. It's got Michelin kind of highway all-season mud tires on there, and I got it stuck on the second day of owning this truck, and that was not fun. It was like a gravel driveway like this with a thin coating of topsoil and grass on top, because it's not a well-used driveway. So I ended up getting stuck. It was miserable. So now I want to change the wheels and tires. I want to go get the factory 5-spoke steel wheels with the chrome cladding like I had on my last truck. These are the factory Laramie aluminum wheels. And I also want to take care of some of this chrome on here. I feel like the chrome makes it look like an old man truck. Got chrome on the mirrors, chrome on the door handles. Chrome on the door handles will stay. Kind of cool. But I got chrome on the doors, and I got fender flares that like to trap salt and make it rust out faster, so I want to get them addressed. So my immediate thoughts on swapping trucks from my last one to this one. I initially did not really like this. I didn't like just shoot right off. This is the one that I have the only thing that really swayed me that way was it checks all the boxes that I originally wanted when I was originally truck shopping 5 years ago when I bought my last one, where it's got the long bed, which is super handy, and it's got the Laramie package inside, and it's got all the bells and whistles that I could have ever dreamed of, because I was slowly trying to transition my tradesman into a Laramie. I already got the Laramie glove box for my tradesman before I wrecked it, and also the heated steering wheel, the leather wrapped heated steering wheel with the steering wheel buttons for your radio. So I put that on that truck before I wrecked it, and I never got to finish that project. So I got one that's already done. It cost me a couple thousand more than what I got back from insurance. And this also has about 20,000 miles more than my truck did after it was crashed. So this has the same factory spray-in bed liner. I did have a plastic liner on top. I took that out. I sold that. I don't really like them. They're kind of slippery stuff. Like, this is nice and tacky when I'm walking up here and it rains. I'm not going to slip and fall. Spray-in liner is really nice. Behind me, I don't have a gooseneck prop package. My last truck came with the factory puck system, which I really like. I don't really care for the B&W turnover ball over the puck system, because not only am I using it for gooseneck, but if I ever have the need for a fifth wheel, it's already in there. I don't have to get a separate hitch kit for that. And everything hides away and tucks away pretty nice, so it's not gonna be in the way. I know with fifth wheels, you got the rail that's in there. I've had them before in other trucks. My third gen dually, that was a real pain trying to slide stuff in there, trying to wiggle it to get it up over like a sheet of plywood, trying to get it over those rails. Not the easiest to work around. But I did order a kit. It should be here tomorrow, so I'm going to be making a separate video on installing a gooseneck puck system hitch on this truck, so you guys can look forward to that. But I guess we can get into all the logistics that went into the accident and stuff. So I had the tow truck come, they towed it to their lot, and then I went to the lot, cleaned everything out. I got on the phone with my insurance company and told them what happened. They hooked me up with an adjuster. My insurance company is Progressive. In the beginning, it was kind of a weird exchange. The insurance adjuster's like, well, how did all this damage happen? Like, well, I thought you hit a tree. Like, it looks like you rolled it over. Like, no, I didn't roll it over. It's like, I kind of went along the side of an edge of an embankment. It's like, oh, you went down an embankment? Well, why didn't you, I thought you hit a tree. It's like, I did hit a tree. There's a lot of confusion back and forth, and she's kind of snippy. But I stuck with that agent the entire duration of it. And after that first exchange, everything else with Progressive has been amazing. I was very surprised how fast it went, especially with my bank. My bank, like, top notch. They did their best to make sure that the insurance company was up to date with the proper documents that they needed. So the bank was nothing but helpful. I was talking to like 3 or 4 different people in different departments. I had people for the new loan. I had people for the existing loan. I had people for like the accident part of it, for the total loss that's directly correlated with the insurance company and the insurance adjuster. So I had a lot of people that were all networked together on my behalf, and like within 4 days, it was a Thursday. It happened on a Thursday. Between Thursday, Friday, nothing happened Saturday or Sunday, as it's a given. And Monday and Tuesday, I was on the phone like probably 25 to 30 calls per day on my truck. So I probably took over 120, 130 calls total just on this. And then we factor in the dealership that I bought this from. So I'm in upstate New York, not too far from Binghamton, and I ended up traveling near Allentown area to get this truck. I found this truck, I think on Friday, maybe Saturday, so like 2 days after the accident, I found this truck, and I looked into it. This is the first truck I went to go look at. I spent my time and went to go look at it. And I brought a couple of my friends over with me, and I spent probably 2.5, 3 hours on the test drive of this truck, and only took it 5 miles, if that. Went over through everything. I've owned this same exact truck for 5 years, so I know what to look for with trouble signs, looking at this and that. I investigated as best as I could and checked all my boxes until the very last minute when we're getting ready to leave, and my one friend TJ is like, oh, the paint coat is Black Forest Green. I was like, Black Forest Green? I thought it was black. I was like, well, it is Black Forest Green. I was like, and then I'm looking at it like this, and it's like, huh, you're right. It's got green metal flake in it. That's kind of like a deal breaker almost. And they're like, well, this checks all your boxes. It seems like a very solid truck. I don't think you're going to find another truck that you're going to like as much as you like this one. I know how picky you are with trucks. You need to buy this one. So I ended up buying it, taking it home. It's that green metal flake and that black paint. So I'm going to have to live with it. It is what it is. maybe I'll just keep it dirty. Like the last one, I tried keeping clean as much as I could. And living on like a dirt road is kind of difficult, but got this truck. The dealer there, he was great. I put some cash money down to hold it until I got the insurance money, transitioned over and stuff. That took some time, but it was less than a week. I think I picked this truck up on the following Tuesday or the following Wednesday. So I was in this truck in less than a week from wrecking my last one, which was really nice. The dealer, he was kind enough to just pretty much throw me the keys. He's like, I know that you know more about this than I do. Here's the keys, have fun with it. I'm like, okay. Was no pressure at all. He's a great guy. I'd recommend him to anybody else. I haven't had any issues with this thing yet, other than the heater core, which I addressed to him, because the first signs of the heater core going bad in these trucks, your passenger side heat will be blowing fine, I guess, and the driver's side heat will be blowing a little bit weaker than the passenger side. So I noticed that on the test drive, and I brought that to his attention, but it's no big deal for me. I know how to change a heater core, and 9 times out of 10, that's not the first thing you need to do. Just flush the system, so that's what I did on this. I still need to flush it again. There's a lot of contamination inside the coolant system, but we should be able to mitigate that and get that cleaned out. But I could not recommend that dealer anymore. It's like I knew the issues, and we brought them up on the table. He came down on the price, so it's fair enough on my book. Did everything that he needed to on his end. I did everything on my end. It was a very smooth transition. I got my own financing, and he honored that financing. I showed up with a check from my bank, handed him the truck. He handed me the title. Pardon the car driving by. I don't know why it's so busy right now. But that was a very, very pleasant experience with the dealership. I did also call the dealership from the last truck I bought, and because that guy there, he's in Painted Post, New York, and he sold my last truck, the short bed truck, and that was a very pleasant experience as well. That was probably a 2-hour drive for me as also, just like going to Allentown is about a 2-hour drive. But that guy was really pleasant. I wanted to try buying another truck from him, but it just wasn't in the cards. He really had something that was really tickled my fancy, so I ended up with this truck. I know I could have probably got a 5th gen or something and gotten something a little bit newer with a little less miles than what I had, but I just really like the 4th gens and how they look. It looks very similar to the 2nd gens with the crosshairs in the front, so I opted to get a 4th gen. There's some tweaks I want to make. Taillights are one of them. I don't really care for the clear and chrome around the edge of the taillight. That's easy fix. I don't really know anything else to touch on, but everything in the whole entire experience has been really pleasant. Everybody that I worked with has been truly amazing. Between my girlfriend, my family, my parents, my mom. My mom helped me out tremendously. She loaned me her spare car. She drives probably almost an hour to work every day, and she gave me her fuel-efficient car to drive when she drove her gas guzzler for a couple days. And then she made sure that it was topped off, had a fresh tank of gas on it. It's really nice of her. I'm really glad I have family like that. I'm really glad that I have family that I do. And I'm really glad that I didn't get injured at all. I only missed that day's worth of work. I could have gone to work. I wasn't injured at all. I was just choking up from the experience, not like injury-wise, just like the frustration of having something so major happen. And I've been trying to take my time on the whole aspect, trying to get everything situated as well as normal day-to-day life on top of it. So yeah, everybody that was involved with it, it's been truly amazing. I can go on and list on a huge number of names of everybody that's been great. Looks like the only issue I had was progressive agent right at the beginning. Kind of got a little snarky at the very beginning, but ended up toning out and being just fine throughout the rest of the exchanges. And we were going back and forth, probably 10-15 calls a day back and forth between the insurance and me, and then the remainder, like maybe probably between 5 and 15 calls a day between insurance, and 5 and 15 with the bank, and 5 and 15 here and there. Because I had 3 different people at the bank I was talking to, and I had 2 people at the insurance, and then I had a 3rd person with the insurance to get this truck insured on my way to go pick it up and bring it home. So I guess right now I'll throw a video of the other truck and a couple pictures. I got some before and after pictures of the truck. The video is not the greatest quality. It's me walking around the truck, so well, here it is. My pride and joy all smashed up. I hit a nice hickory tree right there. I don't know. She's busted up pretty good. We're at the tow yard right now, but there it is. My pride and joy. Twisted the frame enough to move the cab away from the box. Well, that's a goodbye. Gonna miss it. Well, right about here is where I went to go swerve for the deer. And here's the tire track, and I'm sitting here trying to save it after swerving. Tried so hard to keep it up on this ledge. It looks way steeper in person than it does. Because I can't even stand on this. I keep falling. I don't know how I even kept it up on the road as much as I did. The other tire was up in here. Tried to save it. Sideswipe this tree right here. Crash into this tree. Passenger side front. And then swung the ass end of the truck over that way. No, this is not a normal run-of-the-mill video. I'm not looking to get a huge bunch of views. I'm fine. Not looking for sympathy or anything, but really putting this video up there for more for myself, so then I can reflect on it like 10 years from now, and how stupid I was to avoid a deer that I could have easily avoided. Like, yeah, I could have slowed down, but I still would have hit it, but slowing down would have done less damage to the truck, and I could have hit the deer and not caused a total accident, total my truck, and potentially put myself in a real bad injury situation, or I could have been hospitalized or something like that, because the truck looks bad. It does look bad. But I walked out of it unscathed. I jumped out of the truck. The first person I called was my work. I was like, hey, I'm going to be late to work. I just crashed. And that was the end of that. My watch is going off. My Apple Watch is like, SOS, you were in an accident. Do we need to call emergency services? At this point, I was on the phone with emergency services. So no, I don't. And I could not get the watch to shut up. So that's a little interesting tidbit. But I think that's enough of me rambling on with this truck situation. I guess one more thing. So the day before I wrecked my truck, I went to pick up a new to me dump trailer. It was a gooseneck dump trailer. I bought it the day before I wrecked. So that was a fixer-upper dump trailer. I was planning on fixing it up and putting it out for service and getting it out and working. We got people that want to borrow it and stuff like that. So I wanted 2 dump trailers. They're very handy, all that. So I went out and got a new dump trailer, new to me. It's a 2011 16 foot. So that's going to be the next video, as well as a video on the backhoe coming up soon. Working on that. But now I don't have a gooseneck hitch in this truck, so I can't even move it. I have 3 gooseneck trailers now and not a gooseneck hitch. So hopefully we can get that addressed. It's been about a month without a gooseneck hitch, and it has been a stressful situation, let me tell you. So those were some before and after clips and pictures of my truck. I'm gonna miss that truck. I had the option to buy it back from the insurance company. They offered $8,200 and change, $8,200, like $8,250, something like that. It was just way too much money in my opinion, because as you saw, it is demolished. There's not a body panel left on it that's good. I got maybe a good box side if somebody wants to like take a box side and scab that onto another box, but the likelihood of that is very low. It's got one good door on the driver's side rear. The driver's side rear and the driver's side front is crinkled. I might be able to be fixed, but I'm not a body guy, so I don't know. It did not come out unscathed. The whole entire front clip, the tailgate, the front bumper, everything on the passenger side is all messed up. So I don't know. I'm gonna miss that truck. It's definitely a valuable lesson. Slow down and just hit the deer. Trees don't move. I mean, I don't know, it sucks. It really sucks having to take a life in order to protect yourself, but I could have very well killed myself in a situation like that if that happened again and situation arised, and it could have been a deadly circumstance, but it didn't pan out that way, and I'm very thankful. I feel like I have angels looking out over me, like my uncle or my grandmother, maybe both of them, but that's kind of me. That's kind of for me, not for you guys. So I won't get into it too much. But I appreciate you guys watching, taking your time to watch this video. I know it's kind of long and drawn out and monotonous, but I put this video out mainly for me. And if you guys had questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. We should be back to normal on our video schedule, hopefully. It's not really that traumatic of an experience. I would not recommend it, but it was not as scary as I thought it would be. So people all panic, screaming and stuff. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. It's like, I'm just sitting there like, oh. Yeah, it's kind of funny, comical actually, looking back at it. And I'm sitting there trying to give it throttling out of it, trying to get back out of the hole. I was gonna about reach down to hit the 4-wheel drive shift lever, pop it in 4-wheel drive and see if I can floor it out of that ditch situation or the embankment situation, but didn't have enough time. 200 feet comes up quick when you're doing about 40 to 45 miles an hour. So whatever, I'll close. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for our next video where we're going to be tearing apart our dump trailer and getting that situated for the next job. We're going to be putting lipstick on a pig, because that one turned out a lot worse than I anticipated. That one became a lot more involved, so, because I actually ended up filming that. That video is already done, so that's going to come out right after this video. I need to make a closing on that video, and everything else is done for that one. Then we have the backhoe project. We got to button up some loose ends on that. And the backhoe still runs and works, but I want to get that thing nice and pristine as best as I can, best of my abilities. And then after that, we need to address the pigs. As you guys saw, we have piglets, so we need to get them ready to go outside. In order to do that, we need to get their pasture set up. We have it mostly set up from last year, but we took out their training pen to use for a loading chute. So we got to take that down, take the loading chute down and turn it back into a training pen. But with that all said, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I still hope to see you on the next video.